Hi. Sorry about yesterday. I was had some things I need to take care of with my dog. We were a little bit worried about him, but he's fine. You'll be happy to hear, I'm sure. So we were talking about attitude, and if you remember, attitude is a way that you tell partner whether you like or don't like a suit. The times that you use attitude are when partner has led, or when you are discarding. That means you can't follow suit and you're having to play a card in another suit. So I told you before that when partner led an honor, it was mostly about, did you have a card equal in strength to the card that partner led? Did you want partner to continue to play that suit, right? Or not? So let's look at a specific example. I also mentioned there was one exception, and we're going to look at that today. And plus just an example. Now, so on this hand, they're in a contract of, let's say, 4 spades, and this is the heart suit. And your partner, West, has led the ace of hearts. Okay? The cards in dummy are the 7, the 5, and the 4, and you hold the queen and the 8 and the 2. So when your partner led the ace, you knew that your partner held the king as well, correct? Either that or you're going to talk to them about their opening leads at some later date. Okay? So when the 4 is played from dummy, or whatever card is played from dummy, what is the card that you would play? The 8, right? You'd want to encourage your partner to continue to play hearts because you hold the queen. So you know that if your partner plays the king after the ace, then your queen will eventually become a winner. Okay? Yes, it's true that they could trump it, but, you know, we can't do anything about that. Our job is to tell partner whether we think it's a good idea for them to continue to play hearts or not. So that's pretty easy, isn't it? Yeah. So remember, I told you the contract was 4 spades, right? Suppose this was your hand. Only the 8 and the 2 of hearts. What do you know now? Well, partner has the king. If I encourage partner to continue to play the suit by playing the 8 the first time, they play the king, and I play the 2 the second time, then when they play a third round of hearts, I can trump. So this is a situation where you would also want them to continue to play hearts, not because you have the card equal in strength, but because you know you're going to trump. Now, when your partner doesn't know that what you have is a doubleton heart. They just know that you're telling them, I think you should continue to play the suit. So it's really important if they're in a trump contract and you lead an ace and your partner encourages you, don't get all hung up that the only card they could possibly have is the queen. It only applies, you would only encourage partner to continue to play the suit if you were in a trump contract, okay, and if they led the ace promising the king. Otherwise, you're saying that you have a card kind of equal in strength to the cards that partner played. So we're going to look at one other situation with that ace because I want you to kind of understand the importance of this, okay? I'm going to give you the rest of your hand. I have to give you some more cards here. Hold on a minute. I'm sorry. I should have had this ready. So, here's a situation where you lead the ace. They're in 4 spades, and there's 2 hearts in dummy. And your partner has 3 little ones, the 8, the 3, and the 2. One mistake that people make all the time is that they play the ace, and they have the king. There's 2 in dummy. Partner plays the 2. And they say, well, I'm only going to get 2 heart tricks anyway, because they're going to trump the next time I play a heart, the third time hearts are played. So they go ahead and take their king. I call that the immediate gratification syndrome. I immediately want the tricks that I can take. I can see I can take 2 tricks. I'm going to do it. I want them. Right? Well, hold on a minute. I dropped my pen. If that was the situation, then declare has the queen, the 9, and the 6. So you played the ace. They played the 5. Your partner played the 2, saying, I don't have a doubleton and I don't have the queen. You fall for that immediate gratification syndrome. You play your king. You got your 2 tricks, didn't you? But what else happened? You created a trick for declarer. Their Queen of Hearts is now a winner. If you had been patient and waited until your partner could win a trick to lead hearts for you, or until declarer had to lead hearts, you'd still get your 2 heart tricks. You might even win one with the Jack of Hearts or the 10, but you would not have created a trick for declarer. I can't tell you how many times people have made contracts against me, or I've made contracts against them, because I was able to take a trick, or they were, with a card that would never win. That Queen of Hearts in that situation was never intended to win a trick. We had the king and the jack over the queen. We could always capture the queen. And when you played your ace and king, you gave them a trick. You created a trick for them. Are there exceptions? Well, yeah, always, I guess. I mean, if I win the ace and the king and I set their contract, well, that was a good play then. I always like to set their contract. Or acceptable play, maybe not a good one. But you always need to think, when partner gives you a signal, the ramifications of kind of not listening to them. In this particular case, the one I just gave you, when partner played the 2, you knew either they only had the queen and the 2, that's a possibility, or that they didn't want you to continue to play the suit. So you needed to switch. The chances of partner having queen and only the 2 left, usually not very high, okay? So you always have to kind of factor that in as well. But we're talking generally speaking. We're talking what's normally going to work, okay? All right. Tomorrow, we're a little bit behind because I missed that day. We're going to talk about when you're discarding giving attitude and some of the kind of ideas and concepts behind that. I'll see you then.